You know, when I first walked into an LGS in 2018, Magic the Gathering was simple. Now, it's not so much. Well, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie. Hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. You know, the first time I walked into an LGS as an adult that wasn't a college student, I bought a box of Dominaria. This was my first big Magic the Gathering purchase, getting back into the game in 2018. And honestly, it was the only option I had. I walked through the door, I looked at like what's the newest set, and it was a booster box of Dominaria. And I cracked that box open, I pulled a $50 Karn Scion of whatever, and I had a great time and it was awesome and I didn't think twice about it. But now things are different. I invest in boxes, I collect boxes, I open up boxes as a store, I open up boxes for singles for myself, I tell my friends to buy boxes, and Wizards has given us different options for all of these things. It's not as simple as it once was. So now a new customer walks into my store and they have three different options. They have the set box, the collector box, and the draft box. And this is the number one question I get as a store owner is what box should I buy? And to be honest, I'm not sure that Wizards knows what box you should buy because no one, including Wizards, knows what's in the box or how many packs are in the box or what's in the list slot. Some collector boxes have 4 packs. Some collector boxes have 12 packs. You just never know what's gonna be in the product. And drafts the same way. Some draft boxes have 24 packs. Some have 36. Who knows? Set boxes, what's the list? Who knows? The options are too many. So if you're looking to buy, how do you make this decision? What are the things that you walk into and how do you make this decision for each of the different corresponding ways to collect, invest, or play the game of Magic the Gathering? So today I'm gonna share with you what I share with a customer who walks in my door, and I would love it if you would share with me in the comment sections what you do to buy, invest, or trade in these different products. First, we have to assume who you are. And for this video, I'm gonna assume that you are in a position of your life where the difference between a $100 box and a $300 box doesn't greatly affect your personal life and that you have a disposable income. If that's not where you are, then let me be the first person to tell you that this hobby does not require you to spend $100 or $300 in order to partake in the hobby, and that there are many, many ways that you can enjoy Magic the Gathering or any other TCG without spending that amount of money on the hobby. If you're in West Virginia, I would love to invite you to come to Cavdane's Market for Pauper Night on Monday nights, where you can enjoy this hobby without spending that amount of money on a booster box. But assuming that you've got fat stacks and you want to spend money on some of these boxes, what goes into making that decision? What are the processes that you do in order to decide whether you should buy a collector box or a set box or a draft box? Well, let me start with this. In my philosophy, if you are opening up packs, I think that the draft box is definitely out of the picture. I just think at the price point and for what you get, you're just not going to get enough high value stuff that it's going to be worth it to open up packs. Not that it's necessarily usually worth it to open up packs of any of these products, but particularly for draft packs, I think if you are opening product, I would stay away from the draft pack. Now, if you're looking to open up packs, I also think that the collector boxes have a much higher risk and attached to it. And because of that higher risk, I also don't think collector boxes are the way to go. And in addition, with this new modern era, I guess it is an era though, with this new modern era of flashiness, the foils just aren't holding enough of a premium, in my opinion, to warrant a product which main sales point is that it's mostly foil cards. So I also don't think that the collector boxes are great if you're opening for value. I think that the best option, if you're gonna open up a new set on release weekend or pre-release weekend, or just go to your LGS and get some cards that you might want, I think that set packs are the best option to go for, and that the set booster box is the play for you if you're looking to crack open packs. Large and by due to the fact that you do get an additional amount of rares in these packs compared to the draft boxes. And then in addition, you have that list slot, which often can be the most valuable card that you pull. And that's a really cool addition into this whole climate of opening packs. Now, if you can't afford an entire booster box, and this happens a lot at our shop, people want to buy individual packs. Again, set packs, in my opinion, are a much better value. For maybe $1 in our store, for $1 more, for maybe $1 or $2 more in another store, you're getting an additional amount of rares, plus again, the opportunity to hit that list slot. So the booster packs individually, definitely another way to go if you can't afford an entire booster box, but you just want to have some fun opening up some packs. But here's the other thing, a lot of people aren't just opening up product to make money or to have that kind of financial return. Some people just open up product for joy, and joy is something we talk a lot about on this channel. If you are not enjoying this hobby, then what's the point of being in it? If it's all financial, there are far better ways for you to make money if it's all financial. So in terms of opening product for joy, this is where I lean towards a draft box. And I lean towards, don't just open up your product, but if you're looking to actually have like a fun night with your friends, instead of getting together and opening up a set box and just looking at the cards, you should buy a draft booster box. Ask your LGS, hey, will you host an event for us? If we buy a draft box, will you throw some extra, maybe it's the prize packs or whatever, in to allow us to have a fun event at the store? I think this is the best way to experience Magic the Gathering. You get to open packs, you get to compete with your friends, and you get to play the game, which is the best option ever if you're gonna open up packs. So for that, obviously, draft is the way to go if, in my opinion, you're looking to experience joy in these products. No, but don't go anywhere. Just think about how amazing this hobby is, that a group of 4 to 8 friends for like $100 can spend 4 hours together and have something to do and have some fun. Everyone talks about how expensive it is to play TCGs, but if you look at that and compare that to other hobbies for a group of people that size, it's actually incredibly cheap, and it's getting together in the face and be able to enjoy each other and play a game on a table together. So I think it's a great way to enjoy the hobby. Now for the collectors out there, this is where it gets really hard to figure out, and it probably depends on how much money you're looking to invest and spend in each set. If you are looking to invest tens of thousands of dollars into a set, you should probably be spreading that out amongst everything. But if you're just looking to have exposure or to have a collector piece in it, I think this really matters on how much money that you want to spend. Personally though, what I look at is collector boxes and draft boxes, and I personally ignore set boxes. Now, this is not to say to you that that is the right thing to do, but it is just to say that that is what I do. And here's why I do that in my personal collecting and investing in Magic the Gathering. First of all, I really believe that the intrinsic value of being able to play with the box is something that can't be understated in draft boxes. You could do a draft of a set box, but that's not what it's for, and it's not balanced for that, and it's not created for that. But a draft box, in 10 years, you can get together with your friends and you can draft that box. And even if you don't get together with your friends and draft that box, there will be somebody in the world who wants to purchase a draft box in order to do that with their friends. And if there's one, then there's more, and that gives actual real demand to the product, which will go down in supply as well. And I think that is what drives the demand, and anything that drives demand is something that I want to lean into in an investment, whether it be collectible investment or just like a financial thing. I just don't think that set box has enough of that natural demand to it to warrant collecting and investing in it. And additionally, they came out with those big set boxes, which I know they've now fixed, but that kind of made it, I didn't want to store the space. We'll get to space in a second. Now, this additional thought though is opening packs. I know what I've said is that, in the set packs, you've got more options of hitting that list slot. We just don't know what they are going to do with the future of the list slot. If that expensive card in the list gets reprinted down the road to oblivion, and now that list slot in that particular set isn't as valuable, that's going to have a tremendous impact on those set boxes. In addition, it's really hard to know exactly what cards are in the set, in the list slot for the specific set boxes. Now, I also collect and invest in the collector boxes, and mainly, my main reasons for this is really twofold, but the number one reason for it is it takes up so little space, and this is so important. Whenever you're going to invest in collectibles, you have to remember that you have to have a place to store all this stuff. It doesn't just like sit in a bank account. You have to have a place to store it all, and collector boxes are far easier to store than any of the boxes. I mean, they're just incredibly, they're way smaller and they're way easier to store than the rest of the boxes. And so that's a huge point. Not only are they easier to store, they're also easier to ship, and they don't damage as well or as much. So I think they're really, really a better, more liquid asset in terms of moving the product and storing the product. But then the last reason that I think collector boxes are, in my opinion, one of the best investments in Magic the Gathering is that this is where you get the flashiest variant of each card. And even if they reprint, you know, the Boseiju, even if they reprint the most expensive card in the set, they probably won't reprint it in that super flashy version, and it will be more difficult to reprint it in that super flashy version. And then some of these collector boxes like Kamigawa or Dominaria United have these really, really cool rarity things built in, like the neon ink cards and then the legend slot that will be really, in my opinion, kind of like a reserve listing. Like they didn't come out and say that they won't reprint those neon ink cards, I don't think, but it's, again, very difficult for them to do that, and I don't anticipate that they would do that. And because of that, you're gonna have increased value long-term from people who do want to crack these open and try to pull those super rare cards, whether that be on a video in the future or just for fun or whatever, you know, the whales wanna do. So I think because of those two reasons, I think collector boxes are a great way to invest or collect in Magic the Gathering. They also display really well, especially now that they put the name of the set on this. I don't like the Throne ones because Throne of Eldraine doesn't say that, so you can't store them like that. But now they've kind of fixed that, and they're a really cool collector piece as well. So I would love to know what you think in the comment section. Where do you put your money, whether that be opening a new set when it comes out, and what do you open there? Do you open set boxes or collector boxes or draft? And then what do you invest in when it comes to Magic the Gathering for sealed product? What and why? Because I think the comment section will be a lot of fun to read on this. Thank you so much for watching the videos. I know that you have other places that you can consume your content, and if you have enjoyed this, I would love for you to join along with us and hit subscribe and follow along. Thank you to all the patrons who support the channel. I know we have not had regular videos in the last couple days. It's been crazy with the family and the store, but we're working on it, and over the next couple weeks we'll be way more regular. So hope you have yourself a fantastic day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.